Alright, so hey everyone, today I want to take a look at Naruto Rise of a Ninja and its dead zones. So starting with the camera, this uses about 26 or 27% square dead zones or axial dead zones. And movement starts pretty abruptly, so this threshold is pretty clear. Especially it seems that vertical movements are a little faster than horizontal ones. And axial dead zones restrict diagonal movement around the axes because they apply all the way across. So I can make bobbing motions like this, and as long as I'm within about 27% of the axis, only horizontal movement is possible. It isn't until I break out of both axial dead zones where you start seeing diagonal movement occur. And of course you can see this vertically around the horizontal axis. What's much more interesting is the movement dead zone. This is sort of a gear shape, and in the cardinal directions it's just short of 45%, so this dead zone is also quite large. And you can see within these diagonal regions it's circular. Now, around what would be the cogs of this shape, there is restricted diagonal movement. So I can move the stick in bobbing motions like this, similar to the camera. And in this example, he's moving perfectly forward and back. And it isn't until I break out of this axial dead zone where you start seeing a diagonal movement occur. And this actually occurs quite abruptly. You can see that, especially when moving downward because of the camera following, you can see that happens pretty abruptly. So if I press fully and move over, you can see that pivot in direction. Now this seems to be pretty common with other games I've seen with this kind of dead zone type. What I think might be happening is once you move into these diagonal regions, it's using a circular dead zone, but also the correct diagonal movement of the stick. And I say that because if I say point at this, Naruto is moving in an angle which seems pretty accurate to the stick angle. And these axial regions are just restricting that on top of it. And of course the bad part for that is these diagonal regions may be accurate to your stick movement, so any direction you point in here could be exactly accurate to your stick movement, but then any subtle angle over here you just have no access to. And this is sort of distinct from most implementations of normal axial dead zones, because while those will also restrict how much of the stick is allowed to output diagonal movement, they don't actually remove any. It's just all off scaled into their own diagonal regions, whereas this dead zone type seems to just remove those. So while it would be most ideal to use a circular dead zone, just because you'd be able to exit the dead zone properly and have full diagonal movement, using a normal axial dead zone may be preferable to these kinds of dead zones, because they don't lose any angular movement. But anyway, that covers things, so thanks for watching, and everyone, have a good rest of your day.